What's up, everybody, and welcome to One Man's Opinion. And today we've got another trailer reaction for you. We're looking at Marvel's Shang Chi official trailer. Before we jump into it, I don't know a whole lot about this character, okay? I'm at least decently knowledgeable about a lot of Marvel and DC properties. Shang-Chi, not one that I'm super familiar with. So coming off of Endgame and sort of the end of an era for Marvel, I haven't been super pumped about anything that Marvel is doing. WandaVision, I was a little excited about. Even right now with Winter Soldier and the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, whatever, I haven't been just like, oh, crazy, this is great, and I'm going to do a review on it eventually, but, it was really the close of an era, and so, I think I said error, the close of an era, and I haven't had this desire to really see a whole lot of Marvel stuff, but I want to continue to keep tabs on it because I'm hoping I'll find some new characters, new heroes to really latch on to, somebody I can really enjoy watching, some real entertainment. And so Shang-Chi, I don't really know much about him, but I know it's sort of more of a martial arts type thing, and I love martial arts movies. I love The Matrix. I'm really looking forward to Mortal Kombat, and so I love martial arts based movies. Kill Bill is one of my favorite movies of all time. And so I could see myself getting into this if it's exciting. So this really will be just a test to see if I can be excited at all about something that is new that is coming from Marvel. With Cap gone and Iron Man gone and so many of these heroes that we've been watching for, what has it been, 15 plus years? With so many of those guys moving on or, passed away or whatever it is, it's tough. It's tough. What comes next for Marvel? What can I now get excited about? And so we're going to give this trailer a shot. Hopefully there's some really cool stuff here. I'm hoping to get excited. Maybe you will too. We're going to be doing a lot of pausing and we're just going to do a little breakdown. I'll be talking a lot throughout. Let's see how it goes. All right. Oh, okay. Already. You can see the wood is indented from his fist hitting it over and over again. That's a pretty solid beam right there. I don't know exactly. I hope that's not a load-bearing beam, something holding that building up, because he could be in trouble if he continues to well on that thing. I'm sure it's just for training purposes, though. Is that a little just one-inch punch? Okay. I was just talking about Kill Bill. Of course, that goes back to Bruce Lee. And so a lot of Kung Fu type movies draw a lot of inspiration from Bruce Lee. Man, that's a lot of different... He's busting out a lot of different kind of push-ups here. I believe he starts off on his fists, and then he goes to like a wide grip, and then he's got his hands facing kind of outward. A lot of different push-up styles here. This man's getting jacked. And yeah, I have to pause a lot, especially when music's playing to beat the copyright. I finally beat the copyright on my last one, so it's working. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. 2. Yeah, he's pumping. He's busting.
I gave you 10 years to live your life.
If you only had 10 years to live your life? Let's hear that one more time. I was talking too much. Go back to the car. All right, let's go.
I gave you 10 years to live your life.
Okay, so he says, I gave you 10 years to live your life.
Now you see me rise. And where did that...
Okay, so he gave him 10 years to live his life. It looks like a very prodigal son type thing where it looks like he's wasting that gift that was given to him. Looks like he's doing a lot of partying, just having a good time with maybe some time that was given to him. So let's see.
That get you.
Hang on, he said something again right there. Let's go back. After he said,
You see me rise. And where did that get you?
And where did that get you? Okay, all right, cool. I don't know what that song is either. I have no idea what that is. That's not one I'm familiar with. Ooh. Oh, that was him as a kid for sure. Yeah, okay. We got an origin story here. How long has he been training like this? So, long time. That mask is pretty dope. Backing it up just a little bit. right there. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, like ninja mask. And there's a certain, I want to say Japanese. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I think that there's actually a very specific name for that type of mask, and I'm not 100% sure what it is off the top of my head. It's got its own name though, if I'm not mistaken. Woo! Okay, he's got some hands. I wonder.
You walked.
I bet this guy did a lot of training, man. I bet he did a lot of training because he's an actor. He may have a background in martial arts. I'm sure that he does to play this role. But that's really cool. It's really cool to see.
In my shadow.
Walked in my shadow. So do we think the guy talking maybe is his granddad, or just his master, just his mentor? Could be his father or something like that. Okay, got some training going.
I trained you.
There's a very I'm getting a lot of, I won't say a lot, but there's a little bit of a Batman feel. Batman Begins a little bit when he's up in the mountain and he's training and people are like beating on him and he's like learning to conquer his fear and that sort of thing. You got the snow and it just kind of reminiscent. It's a little dark. It's a lot about this guy's obviously his origin, and so I'm getting a little bit Batman Begins vibes.
So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you.
Okay. All right. This fall?
It's time for you to take your place.
Time for you to take your place. Now I wonder, just looking at this shot, I wonder, and I haven't looked at very much for this movie. I wonder if that's the Mandarin. The Mandarin was supposed to be a Tony Stark villain. It's typically an Iron Man villain, with Iron Man gone now. And they sort of did the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but it was very poorly received because they pretty much they ruined the character. Basically, it was nothing like what the comics was, and it was kind of almost played as a joke, and the fans did not receive that very well. This looks like, without really having any idea what I'm talking about, just what I've seen from pictures of the comics and stuff, this looks like a live-action rendition of the Mandarin. And these circles around his head here, if I'm not mistaken, and again, this is a little beyond my depth, but if I'm not mistaken, that symbol with all those symbols in the rings around him, I think that's a Mandarin. That's like iconography for the Mandarin. I'm pretty sure that's something that he's seen like wearing a lot. I could be mistaken here, but I'm getting a lot of Mandarin vibes. So it'd be good. We're finally getting the Mandarin, if that's the villain here. A little bit of a shame that we never got to see Tony Stark go up against him. Coming from a guy who's not like the biggest Iron Man fan in the world, I was more of a Cap guy. And I know there's an ongoing battle that continues even years later, but I was more of a Captain America guy, but still liked Iron Man, still loved Tony Stark, and of course RDJ played him amazing, and so really a shame that we didn't get to see Iron Man and the real Mandarin, but good to see that, if I'm correct, that they'll be using the Mandarin here.
By my side.
Wait a minute, is the Mandarin the guy talking? Maybe the Mandarin trained him, and he's going to be like a turn, you know, he'd start heel and then turn good, realize maybe his master's teachings were evil or something. I could be totally wrong about that. Could be totally wrong. Just a thought. Okay, let me back it up real quick. Because this is something. Okay? I'm getting very like Wakandan feels. This feels like it's got some vibranium, Wakandan energy to it. It's very reminiscent of a lot of things that you see in Wakanda in the films. So I don't know what this is. I'm guessing that it's some sort of amplification. It's going to give somebody powers, but I don't know what it is. I'm sure that this is very obvious to someone who's very steeped in the lore, in the comics. Somebody probably recognizes this immediately. A little beyond me here, so I'm not sure what that is, but that's a new shot. some mystical aspects here, some magical aspects. I wonder if Doctor Strange will make an appearance. He's really getting a lot of buzz right now.
Not going to happen.
Oh, I missed what he said. Sorry. Let's drop it back just a second.
It's not going to happen.
What's not going to happen? What's not going to happen?
It's not going to happen.
Oh, we don't know. We have no idea what's not going to happen. We just know it's not going to happen. I still think maybe he's talking to the Mandarin there. Maybe the Mandarin's giving him like an order that he's refusing to follow, and he's starting to kind of go his own path. That would be an interesting twist on a lot of Origins, I think, is to have him working for the bad guy in the beginning and then kind of finding his own path and realizing that maybe his master, his mentor, isn't all that great. Still not dissimilar from Batman Begins, but that's not necessarily a gripe. Batman Begins is a lot of fun. It's a good movie, so to kind of go by that blueprint wouldn't be a terrible thing as long as it's not overdone too much. Okay, so this guy here with the mask is going to end up... Okay, I'm even more confident now that he does start off working for the bad guys, and this must be like the right-hand man, the main henchman. I'm sure there is a name for this comic book character, maybe even one that I'm familiar with that's not coming to me right now. I'm not 100% sure, but this looks good. I mean, I'm excited about this fight. I hope there's not like a lot of cuts. I would love to see some long form action, like a sort of a John Wick, obviously without the guns, but John Wick, they'll have very long takes where you're just following Keanu Reeves through a lot of stunts, a lot of different movements, a lot of different fights and choreography for long takes, and that makes the movie feel more real. And I hope we have a lot of that in this movie. That would be really cool to see a lot of long form, long take martial art stuff. Also getting some, right here, getting some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon vibes. So some old school martial arts. I say old school. It was, you know, when I was younger, but probably not old school to a lot of people, really. Yeah, very Crouching Tiger. A lot of, okay, now even more Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragons. I think it's just the high-flying acrobatic maneuvers. But this is a really interesting... Why did I lose my full screen? There we go. Sorry. This is a really interesting shot, though. I don't know what's happening here. There's like a tiger involved? Does he have like a pet in the comics, maybe? Is that his?
You can't outrun.
That guy's got like a sword for an arm. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of interesting stuff here. There's obviously going to be a lot of fights in this movie, which is good. I think that's a good thing. I think this should be more of a high-action film. Maybe I should have done more research. I thought if I went into it blind, I would be more like the average viewer. And in some ways that's good, in some ways it's bad, because I don't really have a lot of information to give you necessarily, but also I can put myself in the position of the average viewer and just say how I felt, and then, you know, hopefully that'll fall in line with how everybody else is feeling after watching the trailer. But a lot of action, but it's all very quick cut right now, so it's hard to tell if the action's going to be very good or not, to be honest.
Can't outrun.
That's pretty cool, though. Sword arm. I mean, hey. Going to be a lot of high-flying, acrobatic, possibly wire acrobatics. I don't really know. I don't know if they still really do wire fighting a lot in Hollywood, or if most of it's just CGI now, but definitely a lot of high-flying stuff. And I don't know what's going on. There's like scenes here, like back there were like a lot of horses. Like this looks like something out of a Troy, you know? It's just, I don't know, it's confusing. I don't know. It's maybe perhaps there's a there's like a legend involved. Maybe some flashbacks to like an older time period where it's like, legend has it that one day the great dragon of the east will rise and defeat evil from within, or something along that, and then there's going to be flashbacks, kind of like a Wonder Woman type deal. They do flashbacks a lot. A lot of superhero movies do a lot of flashbacks. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe the tiger I saw, or lion, or whatever it was, flying around. Maybe some flashbacks or something. I don't know. This looks so out of place. It doesn't even look like the same movie. Earlier we saw somebody with like a glowing bracelet. So like, it's very high tech. And then this, it's just so out of place. That was a pretty cool shot. I mean, you got double fist, double kick, kind of a split kick kind of thing. It wasn't like a true form split kick, but it was definitely like a, I don't know, like a scissor split kick. I don't know. That was really cool. I just hope it's a lot of long form shots. I hope it's not quick cuts.
Who are you?
I'm the next Avenger. And then the title card, of course. Marvel's coming with a there's one more scene we're going to get. It's probably going to be something funny. Somebody having like a little conversation, and then somebody's going to say something that's going to be like a laugh moment. And the legend of the 10 rings. Maybe those rings don't have anything to do with the Mandarin. I don't know why, but I somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm getting Mandarin vibes. I think we're going to get Mandarin. I think. Told you it's going to be a funny moment. That wasn't funny. I was wrong. That was not funny. She almost died. She almost got her head pancaked. That was crazy. Funny moment coming.
We make a good team.
Yeah, there's the one-liner. There it is. 9/3/2021. Okay. All right. I don't think there's anything else coming. A whole lot of nothing. Okay. That being my first viewing of Shang Chi, I think Shang could be a very interesting character. I really like the ground level characters are almost always my favorite. The kind of more down to earth characters. I'm a big Batman fan. I like Captain America. I know he's got some super soldier serum and he's not necessarily just ground level, but he's still pretty much a ground level guy. I really like Daredevil, and Winter Soldier's really cool. A lot of these guys who keep their feet on the ground. It makes it a little bit more real. There's something really cool about having superheroes grounded in a little bit of realism. Still, I like the martial arts. I like the ground level fighting. And so that part excites me. I see potential for a really cool movie, something I could really enjoy here. The character looks enjoyable, but we didn't get like a whole lot of dialogue from him either. I wish we would have gotten to know him a little bit more. It was a lot of voiceover and just a lot of like quick cuts of action scenes, which gives me high hopes for the action. But I'm really hoping that they'll go with more of a long form action shots, a lot of stunts. Just don't cut it up. Just don't cut it up. No quick cuts. I don't want to see like every punch thrown we're at another angle and it's just like, sorry, I bumped the table. I got excited. I'm getting fired up. I'm ready to throw some punches. I hope it's not quick cuts. I don't want to see the camera jumping around every time somebody gets hit and then there's like a judo flip. Give me something to grab onto. Marvel's got more money than anybody in the world, and they're backed by Disney, and they've got more money than anybody in the world. There's no reason why you can't hire the right people, get the people trained up the right way, and get some real good long-form martial arts stunts going in these movies, and that's what I'm hoping for. So if I guess to kind of cap it all off, I would say that I'm cautiously optimistic, okay? I don't know much about the character. I don't really know anything about the story based on this. I'm able to guess about a few things about, his origin and about how he becomes a good guy and that sort of thing. But really, I can only speculate at this point. I imagine with a lot of you just fans who don't do a lot of deep dives into the comics, but you enjoy the movies, I imagine you're in the same boat. And so I would say that I'm optimistic, that I think there's a lot of potential for a movie like this. There's also a lot of potential for this to be a flop, but Marvel needs this to be really good. You have a big potential here to lose a lot of your audience. Not everyone has Disney Plus. Not everybody's been following along with WandaVision or with, Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Not everybody's been following along with those. And frankly, they don't offer just a whole lot anyway. WandaVision basically just gave you an idea about where the character's going to be headed from here. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier, it sure looks like Falcon's just going to become the next captain. That looks like where it's headed right now. And, I'm down with that. I like Falcon a lot, and I think he's a good choice for the next Captain America. But Marvel needs to hit a home run with their first new superhero that's kind of at the forefront of a new era, a new age of Marvel. So everything that we've gotten so far, even with the Black Widow movie, is heroes from the past, just trying to keep people hanging on until these new heroes can come and hopefully get a new fan base while maintaining the old fan base. This needs to be a good movie for Marvel. It needs to be a home run hit. And so optimistic, yes, but also a little worried. Not because I think that Marvel having a bad movie would be like the worst thing ever. I really don't care that much, to be honest. But for their sake, it's a very big movie because it's their first major step in their new direction. I am optimistic though, and hopefully the movie's good. Hopefully the action's good. As far as the trailer goes, I don't think it was the best trailer. It didn't give me much. I don't know much more about the character than I did. A lot of it was just, he didn't even talk much. We didn't even get to hear the hero speak very much. Maybe he's more of a quiet hero. That's fine. I just don't feel like I know much more. I knew going in it was a Kung Fu movie, and I was shown that it was a Kung Fu movie, that it's going to have a lot of karate, a lot of martial arts. The trailer was so-so. I don't think it gave me a whole lot. Hopefully the Mandarin will be the bad guy. I'd love to see him. The ninjas look cool. I think it's got a lot of... Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And if you thought this review was bad, or if you thought that my analysis wasn't very good, or that I need to do more research going into these things, make sure you let me know. Just don't get mad. Remember, it's just one man's opinion. Thanks.